Welcome to Storytime. This is where we tell stories. Storytime with DyingCamel, I guess I should say. Let's put this here on there. Okay. Here we go. This story is titled The Grave-Mound, written down by the brothers Grimm, who lived in Germany in the 19th century. I do a lot of Brothers Grimm story times. Their stories just fit this format perfectly. And they're a little morbid and a little amusing and all that stuff. Okay. Let's do it. That is Orkin Man. Something very strange going on with my monitor. Hang on. Oh man. Anyway, okay. Hope my monitor isn't fucked. Okay. A rich farmer was one day standing in his yard inspecting his fields and gardens. The corn was growing up vigorously and the fruit trees were heavily laden with fruit. The grain of the year before still lay in such immense heaps in the loft that the rafters could hardly bear it. Then he went into the stable, where were well-fed oxen, fat cows, and horses bright as looking glass. At length, he went back into his sitting room and cast a glance at the iron chest in which his money lay. Whilst he was thus standing surveying his riches, all at once there was a loud knock close by him. The knock was not at the door of his room, but at the door of his heart. It opened, and he heard a voice which said to him, "Have you done good to your family with it? Have you considered the necessities of the poor? Have you shared your bread with the hungry? Have you been contented with what you have? Or did you always desire to have more?" The heart was not slow in answering. "I have been hard and pitiless, and I have never shown any kindness to my own family. If a beggar came, I turned away my eyes from him. I have not troubled myself about God, but have thought only of increasing my wealth. If everything which the sky covers had been my own, I should still not have had enough." When he was aware of this answer, he was greatly alarmed. His knees began to tremble, and he was forced to sit down. Then there was another knock. The knock was at the door of his room. It was his neighbor, Retrograde Tom, a poor man who had a number of children whom he could no longer satisfy with food. "I know," thought the poor man, "that my neighbor is rich, but he is as hard as he is rich. I don't believe he will help me, but my children are crying for bread, so I will venture it." He said to the rich man, "Hi, silly." He said to the rich man, "You do not readily give away anything that is yours, but I stand here like one who feels the water rising above his head. My children are starving. Lend me 4 measures of corn." The rich man looked at him long, and then the first sunbeam of mercy began to melt away a drop of the ice of greediness. Greedy-ass Orkin Man. "I will not lend you 4 measures," he answered. "I will make you a present of 8. corn, yes. But you must fulfill one condition. What am I to do? Asked the poor man. When I am dead, you shall watch for 3 nights by my grave. The peasant was disturbed in his mind at this request, but in the need in which he was, he would have consented to anything. He accepted, therefore, and carried the corn home with him. Four measures. As hard as he is rich, yes. Okay. It seemed as if the rich man had foreseen what was about to happen, for when 3 days were gone by, he suddenly dropped down dead. Rip Orkin Man. No one knew exactly how it came to pass, but no one grieved for him. When he was buried, the poor man remembered his promise. He would willingly have been released from his promise, but he thought, after all, he acted kindly to me, by me. I have fed my hungry children with his corn, and even if that were not the case, where I have once given my promise, I must keep it. Oh, god damn it. You're not supposed to be here yet. Go away. Okay. Anyway. Where are we? At nightfall, he went into the churchyard and seated himself on the Grave-Mound. Spoilers. Everything was quiet, only the moon appeared above the grave, and frequently an owl flew past and uttered her melancholy cry. When the sun rose, the poor man betook himself in safety to his home, and in the same manner, the second night passed quietly by. Who the fuck was that creepy guy? We'll get there. Okay. On the evening of the 3rd day, he felt a strange uneasiness. It seemed to him that something was about to happen. When he went out, he saw by the churchyard wall a man whom he had never seen before, and none of you have ever seen him before either. Okay. He was no longer young. He had scars on his face, and his eyes looked sharply and eagerly around. He was entirely covered with an old cloak, and nothing was visible but his great riding boots. "What are you looking for here?" the peasant asked. "Are you not afraid of the lonely churchyard?" Oh, hi, Abby. "I am looking for nothing," he answered, "and I am afraid of nothing. I am like the youngster who went forth to learn how to shudder, and had his labor for his pains, but got the king's daughter to wife and great wealth with her, only I have remained poor. I am nothing but a paid-off doom soldier, and I mean to pass the night here, because I have no other shelter." Yes, that is misdemeanor. "If you are without fear," said the peasant, "stay with me and help me to watch that grave there." It's this guy. Y'all should follow him. He plays a lot of Doom so far on stream. "To keep watch is a soldier's business," he replied. Whatever we fall in with here, whether it be good or bad, we will share it between us." The peasant agreed to this, and they seated themselves on the grave together. All was quiet until midnight. Where are we? Okay. All was quiet until midnight, when suddenly a shrill whistling was heard in the air, and the 2 watchers perceived the evil one standing bodily before them. Come on, evil one. There you are. Now, did you actually guess that you were going to be Satan? Because you are Satan. Did somebody spoil that for you? Or did you literally just guess that you were going to be Satan? Because you are Satan. Alright. Be off, you scoundrels. You douchebags, I mean. Cried he to them. The man who lies in that grave belongs to me. I want to take him, and if you don't go away, I will wring your necks. Sir with the red feather, said the soldier, you are not my captain. I have no need to obey you. I hate him. And I have not yet learned what fear is. Go away, we shall stay sitting here. The devil thought to himself, money is the best means with which to lay hold of these two vagabonds. So he began to play a softer tune and asked quite kindly if they would not accept a bag of money and go home with it. That is worth listening to, answered the soldier, but one bag of gold won't serve us. If you will give as much as will go into one of my boots, we will quit the field for you and go away. Is my music going to keep going? Yes. Okay. I have not so much as that about me, said the devil, but I will fetch it. In the neighboring town lives a money changer who is a good friend of mine, and will readily advance it to me. When the devil had vanished, the soldier took his left boot off. This boot. Okay, and said, we will soon pull the charcoal burner's nose for him. Just give me your knife, comrade. He cut the sole off of the boot and put it in the high grass near the grave on the edge of a hole that was half grown over. That will do, said he. Now the chimney sweep may come. They both sat down and waited, and it was not long before the devil returned with a small bag of gold in his hand. Just pour it in, said the soldier, raising up the boot a little. But that won't be enough. The black one shook out all that was in the bag. The gold fell through. Oops. And the boot remained empty. Stupid devil, cried the soldier. It won't do. Didn't I say so at once? Go back again and bring more. The devil shook his head. And he went. Keep losing my place. And in an hour's time, came back with a much larger bag under his arm. Now pour it in, cried the soldier, but I doubt the boot will be full. The gold clinked as it fell, but the boot remained empty. The devil looked in himself with his burning eyes and convinced himself of the truth. You have shamefully big calves to your legs, cried he, and made a wry face. Did you think, replied the soldier, that I had a cloven hoof like you? Since when have you been so stingy? See that you get more gold together, or our bargain will come to nothing. The wicked one went off again. This time he stayed away longer, and when at length he appeared, he was panting under the weight of a sack which lay on his shoulders. He emptied it into the boot. Okay, he emptied it into the boot, which was just as far from being filled as before. He became furious and was just going to tear the boot out of the soldier's hands, but at that moment, the first ray of the rising sun broke forth from the sky, and the evil spirit fled away with loud shrieks. The poor soul was saved. That is Gorf. Gorf was Satan, yes. The peasant wished to divide the gold, but the soldier said, give what falls to my lot to the poor. I will come with you to your cottage, and together we will live and rest and peace on what remains, as long as God is pleased to permit. Yes, it is. And that's Misdemeanor, and Satan himself was Gorf. And that was the story
I hate him.
of the Grave-Mound. I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, I didn't catch the answer. Did somebody spoil that you were going to be Satan? Rip Gorf. What's up, Outworld? And yeah, Orkin Man was the rich dead guy. Guess I could scroll up. You just knew me all too well. Yeah, they're all streamers. That's what I try to do. Does Tom come here? Yes, yes. Me and Tom, good buddies. Love that guy. Yeah, he's here quite a bit. That was the Grave-Mound. Hope you enjoyed. That was our horror story time. Can't wait till Misdemeanor watches it. And Organ Man. And Tom. Gorf was the only one here. But yes, I have many more streamers' faces to put into Storytime. We're working on a whole bunch of them. I've got Tabasco Punk helping me. We're gonna do one with Arlie, fucking Legend of Girk, Mr. Tao, J.E. McG. And I hope you will also follow all of these streamers, okay? Misdemeanor was our soldier. Mr. Tao, well, you weren't in this one. We'll shout you out when we actually put you in the story. Channel Gorf as Satan. Orkin Man as the dead rich man, whose soul was saved, by the way. And of course, Retrograde Tom. Awesome streamer. A lot of weird old FMV type stuff. Follow those people. Thank you. No, fuck you. This has been Storytime with DyingCamel. And, yeah. I want to keep saying I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay.
My creation is evolving.
Thank you, Jimmy. Let's go back over here.